What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are here at Lake Julian Disc Golf Course talking about forehands formwork. I know that we've been really focusing on forehands a lot this year, and I want to point out something that in previous forehand grip videos I may have misspoke, I may have said it wrong, because I realized that I've still been doing it wrong. So we're gonna fix that today. What I've been noticing is that as I throw my mid-ranges and putters, same grip, right? Jam it down into your hand, it's fine. Try to do that with the driver, and the driver tends to either flutter, wobble out of your hand, or come out nose up. You may not notice the nose up when you're throwing a putter or mid-range, because it kind of sort of needs the slight nose up so that it doesn't accidentally torque over, because it's a much slower speed disc. So what I've been experimenting with and what I've been finding out for myself is that the underside of the rim, this concave portion, and I've talked about this in a lot of different videos, this section that looks like it does this, I'm gonna put that section right there, right on this portion of my hand. So I'm gonna try, that's why I brought a proton disc, so we can see through it. So here's my grip, here's my fingers, my thumb pinches down right there, and this concave portion fits right on like this upper knuckle of my pointer finger. And what that's been doing is it feels super weird for me, because I'm used to jamming it down in my hand. And so the spot where the rim is supposed to be sitting is where the sharp bottom edge of the rim is sitting. So forehands are going to be extremely inconsistent if you cannot get a consistent release, because it's doing weird stuff to the skin on your hand. So I'm going to throw this hole, I'm going to throw my new improved forehand grip and see what we get. We have a Henna Destroyer and the Eagle McMahon resistor. Gonna go forehand, try to punch them out there, give them some distance, give them some power, but focus mostly on making sure that it's in the right spot, because if it's in the right spot, it seems to come out clean whether I try to or not. With this new grip, it makes forehanding so much easier, and I'm getting easier distance, easier power with less effort. And at first I was confused, and then I realized that it was because I was just kind of not even trying, and the disc wasn't seated what I thought was properly. And I was like, why is that working out better? Something about the way that this grip sits in my hand actually makes it come out nose down. So the forehands that we're going to continue working with today, I should have brought a pyro just to show that, but I did not. So on the next hole, I'm gonna try to actually jam the discs all the way down and into what I thought was the proper seated forehand grip before, and watch the flutter, watch the inaccuracy, watch it just not work out properly because I'm not holding it properly. I thought I was holding it properly. But there's a difference between feel and real, and you can feel like you're doing it the right way, but it may not really be the right way. So we are on the short pad here, throwing that direction, and there is the OB line there. We don't want to fade out into the road OB, so we're going to intentionally put some anhyzer on it. If you intentionally put anhyzer on a disc, a lot of times that tends to make it kind of come out a little more nose up. So let's, with the new improved form, we're going to throw the destroyer with the new form, and I'm going to jam this resistor as far into my hand as I can. We're going to go destroyer first. Well, it is a destroyer trying to flex it to 330, so there is always that. But now for the resistor, we're going to jam this resistor all the way in there and see where it's placed on my hand. This is where it should be placed. This is where it is placed. See the difference between those two? The resistor obviously is not going to stable out as quickly or as fast or as incredibly on a short distance shot as a destroyer will. But the inconsistency I've been getting on those turnover sidearms and those flex sidearms, I didn't realize it, but it was coming from the placement in my hand. Yes, I might have been losing my brace. Yes, that other stuff might have been happening. But when I throw two sidearms right next to each other, one goes into the ground and one doesn't, I'm going to count that down for right now. That's a grip issue. So, have I solved my grip issue? Have I fixed my forehand? In the past, I don't know how many weeks, whenever I go play a doubles round, I've been throwing a lot more forehands, and they've been a lot more consistent. So whether or not this has necessarily fixed my forehand, it has definitely helped my forehand. And we'll go try to find some more holes to demonstrate that. So this time we're gonna switch it. We're gonna do resistor with the proper grip. We're gonna do destroyer jammed into my hand in the what I thought was the proper seating. Watch the difference. That's a really good placement shot, about the right height. Watch the nose angle of this throw when it comes out. Watch how much more fluttery it is, because it's really, really noticeable when I throw distance drive. Now I gotta go find that. But do you see the issue? When you throw distance drivers properly, it looks really good. When you throw fairway drivers properly, it looks really good. But the faster the rim gets, the less leniency it has for throwing it bad. So a fairway driver can be thrown bad and it still kind of work out okay, depending on the fairway driver. But if you try to throw a distance driver bad, it's gonna go very, very bad. So on a hole like this, where it's downhill and it's a headwind, so any nose up is going to show. Any nose up is going to rise. And the predominant mistake that the majority of disc golfers make when they go to throw down a hill is just throwing it down. And when you throw down, your body auto-corrects by air bouncing. So when you're trying to throw downhill, if you're going to aim down, you have to not aim further down. You have to make sure, like almost overcorrect, that you have nose down if you are going to try to throw it down the hill. Or try to throw it flat as possible, as linear off the top of the hill as possible, while still keeping it nose down, and that will help it drive towards the basket. We're going to attempt to do We're going to try to do 2 good throws here. 342. That was down, but it wasn't exactly nose down. I did kind of punch through on the backside of that. And when I notice that I'm going nose down is when I'll like roll backwards. If I instead of focusing on that hit point and punching through right here, if I feel like I came back at all, I just air bounced to forehand. And so that felt like an air bounce. It kind of looked a little bit like an air bounce, but that was the resistor, so it helps out. It's a 6.5 speed, so it can be air bounced and it can be thrown nose down. This destroyer really 100% absolutely needs nose down, or it's going to absolutely sky and possibly end up in the fence. Or I could just undercommit to it. It was nose down. I just didn't throw it well. So yeah, there's always that issue as well. That's another reason my forehands are inconsistent, is I just sometimes don't do it good. Well, hopefully you found some of this helpful and you found that you'll be taking this into your rounds from now on. If so, please make sure to like the video. If you want to see new stuff, make sure to comment all of that down below as well. Please make sure to subscribe. It helps you guys out with these subscriber-only giveaways. And if you want to be automatically entered into monthly giveaways, check out the memberships as well. Until next time, see you out on the course.